Hi, and welcome to my channel, Naughty Gnome Crafts. My name is Sarah, and you can find me as Naughty Gnome on Instagram. If you're a new viewer, thank you so much for checking out my channel. And if you're coming back, thank you so much, I really appreciate it. Today's video is going to be the second part of a two-part series, and it is about my top 10 winter sewing patterns, the indie version. So I did the Big Four version last week, and if you're interested in watching that, I will put a link up in the card so you can watch it after you view this one. And before we get started, today I am wearing Simplicity 9385, which was on my list last week. And it's out of this red cotton modal spandex that I got from Fabric Mart. And then I'm also wearing my Love Notions Boyfriend Cardigan. So the Love Notions Boyfriend Cardigan actually is on my list of top 10 winter indie sewing patterns. And it's because it's a really versatile pattern, and you can make it out of a sweater knit or a heavier like sweatshirting fabric, and it's nice and warm and cozy. It has two options. You can have the one with the hood, which is what I am wearing, or you can do a shawl collar, and it has pockets. And the one that I made, this one is out of a French terry that I got from Metro Textiles, and it is just like nice and thick and cozy. So I think it's a perfect winter layer. So next on my list is the True Bias Nico top. I've made this a number of times. It has a sleeveless version, but for winter, obviously, I'm going to be recommending the long sleeve version. And you can make it as a top or as a dress, and I've actually made both. And I think that both are really wonderful for winter. The dress that I made is out of a very lightweight ribbed sweater knit, and the top that I've made is out of like a viscose rib knit jersey. And both of them are really wonderful. The top is a really good layering piece. You can use it as a base layer and then put sweaters or cardigans or whatever you want over the top. And it also looks nice on its own. And yeah, the dress, you can wear it with tights. I just think that it's a really wonderful winter pattern, and I like the sleeveless version too, but I would say that I wear my winter versions more. So if you have not made the Nico top, I do definitely recommend that one. So next up on my list is the Sew House 7 toaster sweater. Now there's just no way that I could avoid putting the toaster sweater on my list of favorite winter sewing patterns. I have tried to like make the list a little bit more of a variety where I'm not talking about the same patterns over and over again, but this one I just couldn't leave it off because it truly is one of my favorite patterns to sew for winter garments. So I've actually only made the raglan version. There's also a version with set-in sleeves that has more of a like a fold-over funnel neck, but the one that I really like that I've made is the raglan version. And I just love the neckline on it. It's not too tight, but it's super cozy. I love the long cuffs. I like the bands. It's really, really quick and easy to sew up. I've made two versions. I've made one out of a luxury sweatshirt fleece that I got from Emma One Sock, and then I've also made a version out of a quilted knit that I got from Surge Fabrics, and I love both of them. I wear them weekly, and I definitely will be making more of these in the future. I would eventually like to try the other version with the set-in sleeve, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. Next on my list is the Hey June handmade Brunswick. And unfortunately, I don't have a picture of it for you because I made my version several years ago and I don't actually have it anymore. But it's a really nice, versatile pattern. You can do it as a hoodie or as a cowl neck. I did the version with the hood, and it has a kangaroo pocket. You can actually, I think the pattern is pretty versatile because you can do it as sort of a long, I think it is kind of a longer like tunic style length. I was actually recently thinking about making it again and lengthening it a little bit to make it a dress. It has a drop shoulder. It's pretty simple to make. It's really nice and warm and cozy. And I think that that one is a really good pattern that perhaps gets overlooked. And so if you haven't seen that one before, I highly recommend checking that one out. Another top on my list is the Wixton Tova. Now this is an old school pattern. I don't hear anybody talking about this pattern anymore, but and I actually don't have any versions to show you, unfortunately, but it's a really wonderful boho style tunic. So it has like a yoke in the front that has a kind of a slight V opening. So it's really like easy to pull on your head and it's comfortable to wear. It has 3/4 length sleeves with like it gathered into a tiny little cuff, and it's kind of a tunic length. So that's probably why I don't have any in my wardrobe anymore, because I'm not big on tunics, but obviously you could shorten it to like a blouse length. I've made it in linen and I've made it in a cotton lawn. In both versions I really liked. I think a fabric that has a little bit of drape is a good option for this top. And yeah, like it's another one that like it used to be really popular probably like 10 years ago, but now nobody makes it anymore, but you really should because I think it's really nice. And actually, if I were to make this one again, I would probably lengthen the sleeves to go full length and just do like an elastic cuff or something because that's a little bit simpler. And I'd make it blouse length. And I think that it would be a really wonderful layering top for winter. So the next thing on my list is the Lisa loungewear set from Style So Me. This has a ton of different options in it. I have made the wide leg pants and the off the shoulder top, but it also comes with a sweatshirt and a pair of joggers, and then also like this crazy hooded onesie, which to be honest, I probably would never make the onesie, but if that's your thing, go for it. So I just think it's a really good value for this pattern because you get a ton of different options. And I've made the wide leg pants, as I stated, out of like a leopard print French terry, and I love those pants. They're just so comfortable, and you can add pockets, and I just think it's a really wonderful set for lounging around the house, and you'll be super cozy in the winter if you make it out of a nice warm fabric. I am planning to make another version this month out of a cabled sweater knit, and I think that that is going to be really, really lovely and cozy. So I think it's perfect for winter. If you have not checked out that pattern, you definitely should. Next on my winter indie sewing pattern list is the Miller trousers from Paper Theory. I've made these twice, and this is sort of a personal thing, but they actually fit me really well, which is very rare, and they're an elastic waist pant. And actually, I think that they also have an option for a drawstring, but I did the elastic waist. I think that they're styled in the pattern cover as more of like a spring summer thing, like out of linen, but I've made both of mine for winter. I made one out of a corduroy and I made one out of a wool fabric. And I just think that it's a really versatile, easy to style, easy to wear elastic waist pant. It has pleats in the front, it has pockets. And yeah, I think it's really easy to dress it up for work, or you can dress it down when you're at home. So I would take a look at that one if you haven't, because it's a really nice any time of year style of pant, but you can definitely winterize it. The next pant on my list is actually one for the men in your life. So I have made the True Bias Hudson pants for myself, but as I mentioned in my previous video, the fit just isn't good for me, and so I've kind of given up on them for me personally. I have another pattern that I like better for joggers for me, but the men's Hudson pant I've made for my husband 3 times now, and they're really great. I think that the style is perfect for him. They're super relaxed and comfy. I could see myself making these for him every few years for the rest of our lives because, you know, who doesn't need a comfortable pair of lounge pants? So if you do like the women's version and it fits you well, then certainly I would recommend that. But also consider getting the men's version, and I think there's a children's version as well for other people in your life, because I do think it's a really good design. Next on the list is one dress. So I chose the Sew Over It Heather dress. I've made this twice, which for me is extremely rare because I generally don't remake dresses after I've already made it one time. But this one is really great. It has princess seams and it has pockets built into the princess seams, and they're super huge pockets. So that is basically like my number one recommendation for this dress, is because of those pockets. They're wonderful. So I've made one version out of a bamboo French terry, and then the second version that I made was out of a sweatshirting fabric that I got from Joanne, and it didn't have very much stretch at all, so that one was a little bit more challenging. It doesn't fit quite as good, but I really do like both versions. I wear them with tights. Those lovely deep pockets are just amazing to like keep your hands warm or just put things in that you need, and I would even consider making another one of these because I like the dress that much. And then the final pattern on my indie list for winter sewing is the Alina Design Company Hampton jean jacket. Now, unfortunately, this pattern does not have the best sizing, but there are plenty of other jean jackets on the market if you are looking for that, and this doesn't come in your size. But this is just your classic, what you would think of typically as a jean jacket. It has welt pockets. I made mine out of a stretch denim, and I love how it's just a little bit cropped, and I was able to make it so the sleeves are the correct length for me. And obviously a jean jacket you can wear year round, but it's wonderful for layering, and I think it's a great addition to your wardrobe if you don't already have a jean jacket. You could even make it a couple sizes bigger and it would be oversized, and then it'd be even more on trend, I think. And I think for winter, like having it bigger is nice because you can layer it over thicker like sweaters and stuff. So yeah, I think that that is a wonderful pattern to add to your collection for winter sewing, and that was the Hampton jean jacket. So that was all 10 of the patterns that I recommend for winter sewing, the indie version. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, I hope that you will hit the like button and let me know in the comments what your favorite patterns are for winter sewing. I would love to add some more to my list. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.